if they're doing some graphing or something like that. Kids who have enlargement, we have a few kids who have magnifying devices. The zoom is going to work really well for them. Okay, keep going. I won't make this long. They can change the color of a screen. So you have online kids that have overlays. So now their overlay, they'll get one. I will automatically give them an overlay maybe in the bucket, but they can change the color on the screen. So they can click color at the top, and once they click color, it's going to allow them to change to whatever color they want. It can change the screen black, it can change the screen red, it can change the screen green, it can change the screen yellow. So the kid picks the color. Remember, all of that's at the top. Let's keep going. Alright, I'm going to move past all these tutorials. So they have the ruler as well. So all you have to do is on certain questions on math, the ruler will pop up. It'll pull up the metric ruler. They'll be able to use that, move it around to measure things of that nature, and it'll give them the measurements they need to take the test. So the ruler is there. They have a customary ruler, and then they have a metric ruler. Okay, I don't like my mice. I gotta go. Alright, they have graph paper, and so you can use the graph paper to draw lines. So click on graph paper, and then there's your paper, and then you can make points and lines, and they can do all the stuff that they would normally do on regular paper, graph paper that's on their desk. Keep going. We're going to almost be done. So this is our conversions, formulas, and periodic tables. It'll show up on the math test. And so it's going to be at the top, formulas, periodic table. So these are the things that the kids need to be paying attention to, but you kind of need to know where they are. So if they ask you questions of that nature, you'll be able to provide them with the correct answers. I'm trying to kind of go out, zoom out on the screen, so you can see and notice like a lot of this stuff is in the headers. The eliminators, the conversions, the formula charts, the pencil, the speak, the zoom, all of those things are at the top of the page. I just don't want to keep moving the camera around a lot while I'm trying to do the video, so you won't be irritated. Okay, so I'm going to go next to a pop-up. The pop-up basically is there's going to be dots under the word. So if a kid sees dots under the word, they can basically put their cursor over it, and it'll give them something that kind of identifies with that word. And so that's something that the kids are really going to want to pay attention to. Your job really is not. We've tried to make them self-sufficient. These kids should be self-sufficient in using this online. A lot of them already did it last year. They should not. You should not be telling them what to do. Click this, zoom in on this, get colors, pop up. You should be doing this. Oh, remember, there goes those dotted lines under that word. Those kids should be figuring that stuff out on their own, because again, whether it's paper or online, you are not to assist students with testing. Something goes wrong, you help. You call for Miss Hussein that's outside. You call for Paul Garrett, our tech guy. They can help you with technical difficulties, but you do not assist children with tests. Okay, so like that's a pop-up there. So I'm gonna click on it. So I clicked on that, and it says the Austin is the capital of Texas. And so if I click it again, it'll go away, and it pops up and it goes away. There we go. All right, let's move over. A roll over, that's exactly what it says. You have a word or something that you want to roll over to, or there's a button on the side that rolls up and down. So I'm going to go to test it myself so you can see. So I'm going to click on, it says which statement best describes rollover. That's the question. I'm going to go click this little circle here on the side. It's going to roll down, and look how it changed. What happens when you click on rollover? So it identifies what it changed to. I'm going to roll it back up, and it says which statement best describes rollover. I'm going to click down on that button, and now it changed. What happens when you click on the rollover? So that's what kids are going to be able to see. That's that language and content support that they're going to be getting inside of the test. They know what the pause button is. Now this is the deal. You never log out. I don't know. I'm going to have to scream that. You can use the log out for longer breaks away from the test. Like longer. I mean like long nurse breaks. That's where you log out. When it comes down to a student going to the restroom, blowing their nose or something like that, you're going to pause that. You're not going to allow them to exit this test because, oh, they're going to the restroom, we're going to log out. Because then they will have to log back in. It takes too much time. So basically, you're going to pause the test. Okay? On this screen, you can see the questions that you've answered. So I've answered these questions. So the kids are going to get to the point at the end where they allow them to review a question, go back, flag it, you know, different things like that. And then it's going to press end test after they do that. And then it says, I understand I cannot return to this test. I have 12 unanswered questions. So it's going to give them warnings, and that person. Now, this is the deal. I have a poster that's going to be in there. Nobody submits anything without you. Period. No one submits anything without you. So once you come over, they raise their hand. You see this, it says 0 unanswered questions. You're going to be like, hey, you're good to go. You can submit their test for them, and it'll go back. Now, once a kid is through testing, that's when you're going to click on the enhancement pilot, technology enhancement pilot. They're going to use their same test ticket, and they're going to basically log in again and take those easy 5 questions that they have for the enhancement. Okay? And so I'm going to basically exit. Once a kid takes that enhancement test, they're going to exit, and then that kid is going to be done. You have kids who have extra time. When they have extra time, you can ignore that 4 hours. Okay, again, you can ignore the 4 hours. So just make sure that the kids are, it'll be interesting for you to just kind of look at me right now, huh? So the kids are basically going to be, let me go back. So basically the kids are going to take this test online, ask questions, call for Miss Hussein, call for Paul Gary. They'll call for me. If something goes wrong, we'll be able to monitor this kids' test from outside to see if they're working or if it's in progress, if a student finished, if they didn't finish. We'll be able to gauge this stuff. I wanted you to try to be comfortable. Hopefully I went as quick, but I did answer some questions. We're going to set up everything for you. They just need to get the testing ticket, log in, put the headset on. Remember, on the cord of the headset, volume up, volume down. It's not a lot these kids are not going to know. We worked with them already. So hopefully that helps you. Thank you guys for doing online. Thank you guys for testing, and I appreciate it.